Okay, yeah, I thought I'd do just a quick video to show you the laughably insane and inefficient method that I have for going through all of the characters and creating unique weapon um, graphics for each one of their frames. So let me find it here. Okay, here's a screen capture from an emulator of the original game, and you can see this is one of Hollywood's walking animations, and with him holding the knife, and notice how you can see that little gap there because the original graphics for the knives in different frames actually don't have handles, and so you see like a lot of garbage like that all throughout the game. And so basically this is kind of what I do when I'm going through these. So using the original as a reference, I'll take one of the frames of animation, and then I'll say, okay, well, so that's the position of it. Let me just put it over there so I have like a reference. Okay, so that's how it would be, roughly speaking, in the original game. Then I have this raw, the actual frame of animation, that I've extracted, that actually has the full handle. So now I know that the weapon offset for the knife for Hollywood on this frame of animation is 70 pixels in, and I mean 70 pixels from the side and 54 pixels from the top. And so that is going to be his knife offset for that frame. And that's all fine and dandy, but we have to clean this up, of course, to actually get it all in there. So now I'm going to take this other clean frame of Hollywood's animation, and I'm basically just going to chip out anything that shouldn't really be showing. I mean, because obviously you're not going to want the handle to appear on top of the graphic there. Okay, and so now you can see that we have a cleaner uh, setup there where there's actually no gaps in there. The thing is actually resting cleanly on that, but we still have a little bit of work to do because we need to clean this up so that it's actually going to be something that we can pull out to use as a frame of animation. And so now we have basically something that we can just put in over there. But I'm going to keep the outline And so now you can see we actually have a clean sprite here that we can use, and basically the handle will now actually display when Hollywood is holding the knife in this frame of animation, and there won't be any gaps or any weirdness there. And so basically, so this graphic, I'll save it off, and then we'll set the alpha channel on it so that it can display transparently on top of another sprite, and you can see how, because we know that the offset of this thing is 70 by 54. When we hook this up, basically, like, here are, oh, actually, oh wait, this is Elgato, although actually it's the same for Elgato. So this is frame one, two, three, four. It's frame four of his walking animation. So you can see that we have this texture, walk four. See how we have these weapon configurations? This is where in the animation we actually set the offsets for each frame of animation. And basically, we have knives, Molotov cocktails, pipes, swords, and so on. And see how we have this property called grab origins? So that, I got it right. It's 70 by 54. And so that is what's going to say, all right, that is where we're going to position the knife when we're overlaying it. And see how we also have this, basically, vector that we can set different textures to. And so this is basically where we can say, so somewhere I'll define something, I'll create a new texture label that's something like, Elgato, uh, walk knife frame 4, something like that, and then I'll be able to add the texture there, and this actually it's an array because depending on what you're doing, we might actually want to animate the things that we're holding. So in the case of a Molotov cocktail, I actually have 4 animations per weapon grab, because basically we still have to animate the flame that's coming out of the Molotov cocktail while the Molotov cocktail is held. And so just so you can see that's pretty much how it works. Like I kind of said before, in another video, the entire game is really just kind of animation driven. The whole game is basically just you're controlling the state of the animations effectively. Like almost all of the properties in the game are really just different properties of the animations, and everything is dictated by that. Like the collision detection boundaries. The position of things. It's all basically tied to the animations. And that's why basically when we create these characters, that's all we do. We just say, here are the animation frames for type of animation, and when you press the attack button, we say start this animation loop to punch or attack or whatever. And so that's basically how the game works. Um, I mean, of course, there's more to it, but that's the basic idea. And so yeah, just so you know, like that is the fucking nightmare that I went through. I actually did this for every weapon, for every frame of animation, for the heroes, like Cody and Guy, Hager, all those guys. Like I mean, this is just one animation, and I went through and did this for every animation, for all of those weapons, for all of the other characters. Uh, I really don't know how I'm not in a padded room already.